Yate, welcome to Navajo Sage Weaver Tarot's channel. Welcome. This reading is for Leo. So if you have any placement of Leo, this reading may resonate with you. I'm also just letting you know that this is a general reading. It's not a personal reading. I am going to shake the gourd and then we'll start with your reading. All right, Leo. All right, Leo, shaking the rattle to move the stagnation energy around. Um, so I've already have I am going to pick one card from the archetype. With the archetype energy we are dealing with or we may deal with. Um, this is for um, your current energy that you're in, your current phase, the theme, and what you need to let go of, what to focus on, and what your higher self wants to say. An animal spirit card, what crystal will help you, uh, that wants to come out and help you, and then tea leaf cards for extra messages. Then I have a couple of other decks here to do some clarification. So, all right, we'll get started. This reading is for Leo. Leo, spirit and guides. Leo. One card for Leo, please. One card for Leo. Spirits and guides, what is Leo's energy? What's the current phase? Current theme? Spirits and guides, what does Leo need to let go of? What message do you need Leo to hear? What does Leo need to give? Let go of. One card, please. Spirits and guides. Spirits and guides, one card, please. One card for Leo. Spirits and guides, what does Leo need to focus on? What does Leo need to focus on? Spirits and guides. One card for Leo, please. What does Leo's higher self, what does Leo's higher self, what do they want to say to Leo at this time? What message do they want to share? Can get a spirit animal, spirits and guides for Leo. One spirit animal guide for Leo, spirits and guides. One crystal, one crystal that will help Leo at this time. What crystal energy will help Leo at this time, spirits and guides? All right, spirits and guides, give me some other messages that you want Leo to hear. What other message do you want Leo to know at this time? All right, Leo. So we will start your message here with the energy of child nature. And the light attribute is friendship with animals, communi communication with nature spirit. The shadow attribute is tendency to abuse animal, people, and the environment. Um, the current energy that we are dealing with, or the theme of this reading, is the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords energy is you're saying that, like your illusions are not real, you know. This entity here is in bed, so, maybe your thoughts are, your thinking, your dreams are, you know, are real, and spirit is letting you know that your illusions are not real. And maybe dealing with some temporary stress, right, Leo? Maybe not going outside, maybe just staying inside, not being really active, maybe some anxiety, you know? Also, the energy of the Nine of Swords um, is nightmares, paranoia, uh, mental illness, and maybe doing some self-loathing, right? Feeling sorry for ourselves. So we're bringing that energy in, Leo. And then um, what we need to let go of is the strength here. And I think the strength card is your card, Leo. So maybe um you're using your words, right? Uh Maybe some outbursts, right? Some brutal um some maybe using a lot of since we're talking about voice, right, Leo? So maybe using a lot of like inappropriate words, like, swearing, or maybe if you see here, her lion, his throat has a chain around it. So maybe it's hard for you to, kind of speak a little bit, right? Um, Also, the strength card can be maybe abusing your power, you know, um, talked about, communicating with your you know, your inner animal, right? And maybe you're maybe you're being abused, you're abusing your animal, your inner your inner instincts, right? Um, and then maybe fear, you know. Also, sometimes if we're having anxiety or if we're feeling, stressed or just unbalanced, not really aligned, sometimes we can sabotage it too. So the energy here is letting go, Leo. And then you have the Two of Pentacles here. And the Two of Pentacles, is maybe, um, sorry, uh, trying to make a choice, right? Focusing on your choices here. Um, Focusing on uh your task, right? Maybe there's some tasks that you're trying to figure out what is you know right for you, right? Um Also the Two of Pentacles. Um Maybe, sometimes our overwhelmed choices, can cause that. So maybe looking at them and trying to figure out what direction you want to go with two the Two of Pentacles. The finding the balance, or also can look at this as, leftovers too. What two is left over for you. And then your higher self is coming in with and trying to tell you to, trust, be the fool, be adventurous. Don't be careless, right? Um, Use your, you know, what's that? New beginnings, you know, um, and your higher self is saying, you know, regardless of, all this right here, you still, can go through the challenges, right? Um, you can push through and achieve. Sometimes if it may feel like we can't, right? Because if we're not feeling good, like feeling depressed and stuff, sometimes that can happen within, the energy of the Nine of Swords. And then here you have air, uh, air for your animal spirit. And it says, through our thought, alignment, breath, and tension. So maybe some breath work can help. Maybe some meditation can help. Air, so like breathing, realigning yourself. Sometimes it can get you out of this anxiety if you just realign your energy, like Kundalini or yoga, some stretches, go outside, look, kind of absorb the sun. Um, and so the crystal here that wants to come out that, is showing its energy is the garnite. What is it? Garnites are deep pomegranates to fiery, red stones that have lit wrist lit wrists for centuries. Garnets come in many forms, like um, cypress um, al almandonite, uh, and then the gorgeous garnite gushes the positive vibe and are the perfect um, spark accessory to an I got this attitude. Who needs it? Um, Writers who are not writing, painters who are not painting, sexual beings who are not sexing, where to put it. Any place where you want to make something to be an art, love, or dollar bills. When to use it. When you feel like the real you is getting lost in something shallow, often materialize priorities of a like drive culture. So, um, this is saying if you, sorry, there's a glare in the card. So if you want something done, right? So, this is the crystal for you, Leo. And then the tea leaf energy, other messages that want to come out and maybe this resonate with you or not. But we have the yoik, feeling tied down and or frustrated. We have the lobster, financially pinched. We have bread, period of prosperity and abundance. We have the parrot, someone will gossip about all your secrets. Valley, deep personal strength and peace that are assure success. Dog, getting together with friends. Mountain road, you were on the road to success. We have fair man, dealing with really dealing or relations with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. Gong, an exciting event, not an excess plan. Hat, you'll be playing a different role. Stork, news of a birth or new business opportunity. Wealth. Tortoise, slow but surely getting ahead. Angel, spiritual guide. Um, Protection from harm. Cracked up cup. Dissatisfaction with life. Leg, stepping into a new experience. Younger man, dealing or relations with a younger man. Horseshoe, family matters. Well, great worry over nothing. Handshake, meeting with a stranger or could be important. Fly, a period of ill health, depression. So um, those maybe resonate with you. Um, but I'm gonna pull a card here. We're gonna pull a clarify card. We're gonna see why the strength card is here for my Leos. Why is the strength card here for Leos? One card, please. Spirits and guides. One card. We have the Five of Swords. One card. Spirits and guides. So we have three cards. All right, let's see. So why is the Strength card here? And we have the Queen of Swords, the Moon, the Two of Pentacles, and we have the Five of Swords. Just looking at the cards a minute. Hmm. So here, we have the Strength card where we kind of are struggling, right? With our maybe our words being dominant, right? Um using not kind words. Um and then maybe not focus, right? So letting go of that negative energy of the strength energy. And then the Queen of Swords here, this energy, she can be very, she's not a very nice woman, right? She can be cold, and when she needs to be cold. And as you can see, she has all these, dragons, right? So maybe at some point, you know, y- um, you were doing okay, and why the energy of the Nine of Swords is here, putting you in that anxiety, right? That paranoia, that um, kind of um, mental anxiety, right? Energy. And so it's because probably, you've been attacked by many, you had to really stand your ground. And it wasn't easy. And, maybe some sort of because you stood your ground, right? You weren't going to allow anybody to manipulate you, challenge whatever idea you were standing up to. Because, you're trusting your intuition, right? With the moon energy. So maybe something came, in your dreams, right? Um, if you can see this person has, you know, kind of like double vision, right? But maybe that double vision is listening to your intuition, right? Um, and then you have the water being in the water. Uh, and then you have this moon full, with four eyes here. So, maybe tapping into your higher self and something got revealed that, caused you to really stand up for yourself, Leo. To me, that's what it seems like. You gain some sort of clarity in whether it was, you know, um, through somebody or through your dreams, but you got some sort of clarity. And then here with the Two of Pentacles energy, there's maybe was some sort of struggle, some sort of inability to like commit, right? Taking on too much, um, kind of maybe drop the ball, right? And then put you in this energy of the Nine of Swords, the overall energy there. So whatever this energy coming in, um, causing you to like be on focus, right? To maybe not to use some vital, vital words. And then you have the Five of Swords over here. And the Five of Swords energy, maybe some sort of uh something that wasn't fair, right? Because you stood up to it, right? Something wasn't fair. You stood up to your grounds because you listened to your intuition, and then you um because it was overwhelming, it was too much pressure, you know, caused you to use your words in inappropriate ways. And then, here with the Five of Swords, um, a fight, right? Um, someone being caught, right? Something, you know, and so that's why, Spirit is asking you to let go of this, because it's causing a lot of disruption, right? Causing this Nine of Swords here energy. And so when you figure out how to um, walk away, right? Um, Walk away, uh, learn how to move forward in a healthier way, without resentment, without, just kind of having peace with yourself and your creator, then the Two of Pentacles here will, you know, um, where you start pushing, sorry, where you start pushing, right? You start rising to the challenge, all because you're listening to your intuition and you took challenge, right? You took a leap of faith. And so when that happens, it's when you start learning to maybe listen, air, right? Talked about that here. Um, and then, maybe being in this energy you know, with the garnet crystal here is telling you, hey, Leo, bring this energy out so we can start, waking up things and making things happen again, So, Leo, I'm gonna say that is your reading. I just want to say thank you for allowing me to do your reading, and I'm just gonna say, Hoy na hasklin, hoy na hasklin, hoy na hasklin. Hoje eu não escolhi. Achei